The first card you have your past is the King of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of strength. I'm seeing a lot of strength and determination in this card. I think you might have been trying to discipline yourself to be able to, excuse me. I'm sorry, I think I've got a terrible cough coming up. Okay. I'm getting a cold flu thing or something. Okay, ignoring that. So yeah, you wanted to get something done, you wanted to achieve something, and I think you were trying to not just get the thing done, it was like you were trying to set up some kind of system so that you could discipline yourself into doing whatever this was. So you're going to try and set the system up, and then everything would kind of work around that system. And you didn't want to be distracted, you didn't want to waste time on things, and that system would have, or you were trying to set up that system so that you wouldn't have these kind of distractions. And I think, you did have a goal that you wanted to achieve, but again, it wasn't just about achieving this one goal, it was about mastering yourself, setting up the system so that you could use this system in a lot of different things in your life. And I don't think you'd quite worked this out properly yet, but you were kind of on your way to doing that, I think. I'm also seeing some frustration around this. There might have been a lot of little things stopping you or getting in your way, people interrupting you maybe, or technology not working properly. I'm actually seeing some technology being kind of frustrating and slow and all of that. And this king, obviously, he's where he is because he's mastered himself. He knows what his strengths are. He knows what his weaknesses are. So that's what this system was about. You're setting up this system to kind of work around you. It was like this custom-made system. And you kind of saying, well, I know what my weaknesses are. For example, it might be like, I know at 4 o'clock I get tired, and I know in the morning I'm alert. So I'll do the alert things at that time. I'll do the kind of tick off your list things at the other time. And then at this time when I know someone always calls me, I'll make sure I have my phone off or whatever, and then I'll get back to them at this time. So it was kind of a system, a time system, but it wasn't just that, it was more than that. It was like, I know, it might have been around exercise. It was about all kinds of things in your life. And you was kind of setting up all these systems so that you could go and do these things. Yeah, you wanted to eliminate a lot of frustrations. And I think that a big goal you had was around finances or money or, career, all of that kind of thing. And I think you're really looking at where you thought you could be in 5 years' time and 10 years' time and all of that kind of thing. So you're planning ahead for that. There was a lot of focus on your career and on money. And some of that system was about that. So it might have been, if you had a business, it might have been setting up a system so that things would work properly around that. Or career was setting up some system around that, or your work, or saving money, or maybe you were thinking about, okay, after a few years I'm going to invest this, or after this amount of time I'm going to buy this. It was something like that. It was something like that. So yeah, you're setting up these systems. You hadn't quite worked it out yet, but you were kind of getting there. You're kind of on your way to working that all out. The next card you have your past is the King of Swords. So yes, I think there were some people interrupting you, there were people distracting you while you were trying to kind of do your work and set this up, and that was one of the main reasons why you were setting this up, to stop all of that happening. I'm also seeing someone around you who wasn't really pulling their weight. I'm not sure whether this was at work or at home, but it was really bothering you. It was like, you could have been thinking something like, oh, I only have a set number of hours in the day and I can't physically do everything, and I need you to step up. I need this person to step up, and they just weren't doing that. And I think watching this person sort of sitting around while you're running around like a crazy person doing everything, it was sort of a block for you as well. I think it was affecting you as emotionally. It wasn't just the practical side of this that was bothering you. It was the fact that you felt kind of a bit undervalued. It was as if this person felt that your time wasn't worth as much as their time. It was that kind of thing. And I think you're just really frustrated with being left filling your time with a lot of annoying sort of little trivial jobs. And if this person was pulling their weight, you could have halved all of those jobs and finished other things. And this king, the King of Swords, is the least emotional king of all. He's totally logical, and he also cuts out any rubbish that he doesn't want around him. So if this is resonating with you and you haven't spoken up yet, definitely speak up. Try to go about this in a logical way, though. Try and go about this in a planned way. You might want to do something like, I mean, this is just an example. I don't know if this will work or not, but it's just an example. You might want to draw up a chart of tasks, or something, I don't know, something logical, something practical. But whatever you do, stay calm like this king. Stay calm. Again, as I was seeing in the King of Pentacles, systems. It might be another system that needs to be set up so that things are working properly. But you need to talk to them as well. You need to talk to them, and you need to be calm when you talk to them. The last card you have for your past is the Knight of Pentacles. So there's a lot of work in this reading, a lot of work-related things so far. So yeah, this kind of system thing that you're kind of trying to set up, and all of these things that you're trying to achieve around work and everything else, they're probably going to happen slowly. This is the slow card. This is the workhorse card. I'd love to be able to tell you that there's a magic wand and everything's going to happen quickly and magically for you. But it's really just going to be about finding a system that works for you personally, ironing out everything that doesn't quite work for you in that system, and then pushing forward again, looking at what doesn't work, fixing that up, pushing forward again, and again, all of that kind of thing. But don't give up. I can see that you really, really want this. You really want these results, especially these work results or these career and these money results. You know, this knight staring into this coin, at this beautiful, beautiful golden coin. He wants these results. He's looking at the coin. He's looking at the money. He knows that if he achieves what he wants, his whole world's going to change. I mean, look at this coin. It's lighting up the whole sky. And so when you achieve this, it's going to really change the whole sky. It's going to change your world. That's what I'm seeing. So don't give up. Keep on working toward this. If it all goes wrong, if little things go wrong, if things get in your way, just don't give up. Whatever you do, just don't give up. Just keep on going. The first card you have here present is the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, there are kind of a couple of things in this card. I think this might be why I'm seeing you being so concerned about money and finances and growing your money. And again, you're on the right track with that. I just feel like I need to say that to you again, because I think you might be a little bit... I actually think there might be someone around you who's talking about the prices of things, how much things cost and what they spend, and I spent this and it costs this, and I've got this expensive this and that, and you know, and maybe you're a bit quiet around the subject of money. You don't like to talk about things like how much you spend on things, and I'm a bit like that too sometimes. I'm a bit private around that subject as well, but I'm just getting this feeling that this person's talking about money, and because you're quiet around it, maybe they're assuming that because they talk about how they buy whatever expensive thing, and they tell you this, and then you're all quiet about it, that this means that you don't have a lot, or that you're kind of looking up to what they have and you're a bit envious and all of that kind of thing, and maybe you want to be like them. And I'm laughing a bit because that isn't true. You know, you're fine about them doing whatever they want with their money. You don't care. They can do whatever they like with it, you know, and you probably want to just keep what you spend your money on to yourself, which is fine as well. And I think you're wise to do this. I mean, if this is resonating, you're wise to do this, especially around this person. Because when you have someone who's sort of competitive and loud about who has what, and I have a better this, and they have a more expensive this, and I have a this, and they have that, and I spent that, and I bought it from here, this designer place, and they bought theirs from whatever shop. they're not going to be quiet about you either. So if you say to them, if you did say to them, if they said, oh, how much did you buy that for? Where did you get that? Oh, and if you said, well, I went there. Oh, they go to the discount shop, everyone. You know, so it's like, oh, they go to this expense. Oh, that's expensive. You know, they'll be talking all about it, and you just don't want that. You just don't need that. You don't care. It's none of anyone's business. And, you know, I think you're definitely doing the right thing if you're keeping quiet around this person. And I think you could tease them even. You could keep on being really, really quiet, or you can just do something. I tease these kinds of people. How much was that? Oh, 5 million. Just say, make up some silly thing. What? You know, just keep on making up silly things. I just do that sometimes. I play with these people because, I mean, who cares how much things are? It's just so silly. Anyway. So back to why you're interested in building up this system for yourself. I think you might have actually been in an unequal relationship in your past. I'm getting this kind of, I'm getting a kind of out of control feeling. So maybe you felt as if you weren't in control of your money properly while you were around this person, this ex or whoever this was. I don't know if they were controlling around money, or it could be something like a gambling problem or something like that, where you felt really out of control of what they were spending. But now that you're in charge of things yourself, by yourself, you're just making sure that, you know, you're not only being responsible around money, but you're planning on growing it, which is really fantastic. And again, keep going. Don't give up if this resonates. You're on the right path. And any kind of growing, whether it's money, whether it's children, whether it's anything, plants, anything, it takes time to grow. So be patient and don't kind of lose patience and want anything to happen quickly. Don't get into any kind of a quick, get rich quick thing. I know you won't do that, but you know, some people get tempted and they get angry and they get frustrated and they see these things in front of them and they kind of go toward these things. Don't do anything like that, especially when you have to sell to your friends. You know, that's not nice. The next card you have for your present is the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, more pentacles. So yeah, lots of money, but I'm actually not seeing that in this card. So yeah, okay, this is going to sound really strange. I'm actually seeing someone who's definitely thinking about you. Now, there was a separation between you, a physical separation, but I don't think their heart has ever fully separated from you. I don't think it has. This definitely isn't this ex that I'm seeing in the Six of Pentacles. This is someone else. And yes, they've never been able to properly let you go. Look at the way this man in this card's holding onto this coin. You know, if you wanted to come and take it away from him, there's no way you could. It looks as if he's super glued it to his chest and he's kind of glued his hands onto it as well. There's no way you could remove it. I mean, there's no way anyone's going to prise this away from him. So they're hanging on to you. They're still hanging on to you inside their heart. They can't let you go. That's what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing this sort of literally as well. Okay, I know this is going to sound strange as well, but I'll say it anyway. They want to hug you. They'd love to hug you. That's what they're dreaming of. That's what they're thinking of. They just want to come and hug you. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So yeah, the last card you have for your present is the Star. So yes, whoever this is, obviously they still feel a lot of love for you. They don't know why they do. They don't know how. They still have hope. They know that the way that they're feeling isn't logical. So I think you might even be physically far away from this person. There's kind of, you know, there's an emotional barrier there, obviously, because they've been through this separation with you. But I'm also seeing some kind of physical barrier. So you might be far away from them or something. They might be feeling that you don't want them or that you'd never be interested in them. And maybe that's why I'm not seeing them approaching you. There are a lot of barriers around this and all they can see are these barriers. But even though that's what they're saying, they still can't help the way they're feeling. So, okay, I'll just try to explain this feeling that I'm getting to you. This is how they're feeling. This is what I'm picking up. It's this feeling of having love inside you and you're carrying it around. You're carrying it around inside you, but there's nowhere for you to put it because the person who you want to give it to might not want it. And it's a horrible, painful feeling. You want to give it to them. You want to give this gift to them, but you can't do that. That's how they're feeling. That's the kind of feeling I'm picking up from this person. Now, I can't see if how you're feeling about them is the same. I am getting a lot of mixed feelings coming from you because obviously there was a separation. A lot of things happened. I don't know. But you're very mixed. You're very mixed. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your future is the Nine of Cups. Yeah, I'm seeing a few things in this card. I think this might be the way that this person sees you, this person in the Four of Pentacles. You know, sometimes this card can be about someone who's a bit smug, but that's not what I'm seeing here. I think this person in the Four of Pentacles might see you as having everything together and that you're content and you have everything you want, everything you need, and you're fine and you're happy, maybe abundant, all of that thing. And I don't know if this impression comes from anything that they actually know. I don't think it's coming from any facts. I don't think they've heard this or seen this. I think it's totally coming from their imagination. So they might be building you up in their head a bit, actually, and maybe that's why, another reason why they're afraid to approach you, because they're kind of building you up in their head. And again, I'm seeing you working to build up your finances in this card so that you're as comfortable as this man in this card looks. But, excuse me, there's something, it's my throat, I'm sorry. There's something hiding here. I think maybe there's something that you're trying to keep hidden. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm not seeing you keeping secrets or anything like that. I think you might just be trying to hide or even put away your emotional side, if that makes sense. And maybe that's another reason why you're mixed about this person, that you're kind of not thinking about them. You're just focusing on other things. And I know people could sometimes describe Aquarius as being a bit unemotional. That's not what I'm seeing here. I think you might just be trying to close yourself off from love at this time. And, you know, for one, I think, you know, you don't want to be hurt. But also I think you might just want to concentrate on practical things at this time. You might not want someone coming along who you fall for and you lose your head over them and whatever. I think you just want to keep your head clear for practical reasons. And also you've got all these financial things you're concentrating on as well. So you want to keep your head clear for that as well. But yeah, if this resonates, just be aware of this. Don't stay closed off forever or for longer than you need to. You know, it's fine to just be concentrating on your practical side. That's absolutely fine. Concentrate on your money or whatever. But eventually there's an imbalance in that. You need to balance up the sides. You need to have work and love. You need to have fun and you need to have rest. You need to have all these different things in balance. So you're going to have to find that balance again eventually. It's okay for now, but don't overdo that. Don't be so work focused that you miss out on some nice people around you, some opportunities, that you don't go out and all of that kind of thing. Don't end up being like that. So the next card you have for your future is the Eight of Swords. Yes. Right, so I'm seeing something completely different here now. I'm seeing someone who might, I think this person might have been in your last reading, or it might have been the one before that. I can't remember, but it was in one of your readings, I think. This is someone who's struggling. This is someone who's going backwards and forwards a bit, I think. They're on their way back. They're on their way back to someone in your family. This is a family member. Now, of course, it doesn't look like they're going anywhere by the look of this card. But I think what they're going through right now is a part of the process of coming back, or that they have to go through some things and they're going through that process, and then after that they're going to come back. I'm seeing someone who's a bit secretive, and I think they know they've messed something up. There's no better way to say that. I think this person knows that they have to come back to another family member, but maybe their pride's in the way at the moment, or maybe they're just trying to pretend as if they're okay, but they're actually not. They're clearly struggling. I'm seeing them eventually getting out of this mindset, eventually getting out of this, And they could do this now. They could do this right now. But again, their pride's either in the way or they don't want people to see what's happening. They're a bit of a troubled person. That's what I'm seeing now. They do feel a bit defeated right now. They feel a bit down. They're hiding it from people. They're very quiet. They might even be cut off from other people at this time because they might not want people to see how things truly are for them. It's something like that. They're hiding how they are, but everyone knows they're struggling, but they're not reaching out. They're kind of hiding themselves. I know this might sound a bit dramatic, a bit confusing, but if this is resonating with you, if you're the person this is resonating with this, and you're the person who this was resonating with in some of your other readings, you'll understand who this is and you'll understand exactly what this is about. I'm seeing them eventually coming back. I'm seeing them getting proper help eventually. I've seen that before in your readings. And, you know, if something repeats itself over several readings, that tells me this is a message that someone needs to hear. So this is what you need to hear. I think this is a message to reassure you that you know, even though things are difficult now, and you know they are difficult for them and for other people in your family, they are going to come back and they are going to find this help. They are going to get this help. Just know that. That's what I'm seeing in that. So the last card you have for your future is the Ten of Swords. So yes, please don't worry. Please don't worry if this person's far away from you and you're worrying about them. This isn't as dramatic as it looks, this card. I think that, but I will tell you what's going on in this. I'm going to be very straightforward about this. I'm not going to mess around. I think whoever this is, they're about to reach the bottom. They're about to reach the bottom. And when they've done that, when they've reached the bottom, that's when they'll start to wake up and things will start moving up for them again. Now, I know it's probably hard to hear this for whoever this message resonates with, but look at this card. You know, it's nighttime on this card. I'm going to move it up so you can see it properly now. So it's nighttime on this card, obviously. And the sun's coming up though. Look at that. The sun's coming up. So the sun is going to come up on this. They're going to see a new day and they're going to see several new days after that. So don't think anything dramatic or drastic is going to happen to them. They have several days, several years in front of them. Don't worry about that. Now, but this is probably what they're feeling like at this time. And the man on this card's on the beach, so there's a sea of water between him and the sunrise. So they're lying down, they're at the bottom, then they rise up and they have the sea in front of them. So they have a lot of emotions to go through. They have a lot of emotions to go through before they start to get to this sunrise, before they start to rise up again and move forward. But they will do that. Now, I've seen that before in your readings, and I'm seeing that again here now. So if this message is for you, it's an important message, has to get out to someone. If it's for you, they are going to find this help and they are going to come back to someone else in your family. Just know that.